Yes, today I told you a test. So for the forthcoming month, for this month of August, they will be sending you a plan. Okay. So in that plan, every Thursday you have a chemistry worksheet. The worksheet will be posted as to be what is to be done will be posted in stg.learnity.com. And also test will be conducted in the as per the assigned date. It is on 25 or 26. I'm not sure. Once you get the schedule, please confirm it. Okay. So this is the every month the plan will be sent to you. So this month plan is also being sent to you. So kindly look to that and kindly complete the worksheet and upload it. Okay. So that's why today a test was to be conducted, but in class time they have advised not to have test. Test will be had on a separate day. So for now, we are just going to continue with the chapter. Once you get the schedule for this month, we'll follow it up as per the given schedule. Okay. And worksheets generally, mostly the worksheets given in your book has to be completed. Okay. The worksheet number alone will be mentioned. You have to complete it and upload it. Take a photo and upload it. That's all you have to do. Okay. Mostly it will be MCQ only, so it is not a big task. Once you listen, you can easily do that. Okay. Now we'll continue with the mole concept chapter. In the mole concept chapter, I think we were seeing about percentage composition. Last class, we were seeing about what? Percentage composition. Okay, now calculate the percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in C12H22O11. Work it out. Calculate the percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in C12H22O11. Have you all identified? Yeah, Kenshu. Yes, yes, Mohana. Have you all finished? Calculate the percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Okay, so how do you calculate the percentage composition of carbon is equal to given mass or the mass of carbon divided by total mass into 100. Am I right or no? Mass of carbon it is 12 into 12 144 divided by mass of total mass will be 144 plus 22. For oxygen it is 11. 11 into 16 it is 176. So when you calculate for this, you'll get 342, correct? So you'll be getting 342. So 342 will be the molar mass. That is the total mass of glucose into 100 gives me the percentage composition of carbon. So what is that? 144 divided by 342 into 100. So make it simplify it as much as possible. 72 1 2 is 2, 7 2s are 14, 171, correct? So you have 7,200 by 171. So generally 170 into 6, if you see, it is 0, 6 sevens of 42, 166, it is almost 1000. So it should be around 170 into 5 or something. So 7,200 divided by 171. So 4 times it will be. If it is 170 into 5, you will get around the 720 range. So higher number you have below 171. So it will be around 4.42 something. So 42 point, let's have 2 or 3, not more than that. It will be only to that extent. So 42.2 will be the maximum. So the percentage of carbon is 42.2 percentage. You all understand? So similarly, the percentage of hydrogen again, hydrogen is 22 hydrogen you have. So 22 mass of 1 mole of hydrogen is 22 grams. So I'm sorry, 1 gram. So 22 into 1 will give you 22 divided by 342 into 100. So 11 times. And here what you have? 171. So 11 by 171. So 1100 by 171. What is the percentage value that you are getting here? Calculate and tell me. So you must be getting it around 6.4 percentage. Next, percentage of oxygen, if you see, 176 divided by 342 into 100. I think 176 into 2 times, it is 352, correct? So 352 you have. So 342, 176 into 2, it is 352. 176 into 1.8 or 1.9 will be 342. So let it be 1.8 or 1.9. Actually 1.9 it will be. So then 100 by 1.9. 100 by 2 it will be 50. Nearest whole number for 1.9 is 2. So 100 by 2 வந்து 50 இருக்கும். அப்போ 100 by 1.9 will be slightly greater. So let's have it as 50.1 or 50.2 whatever. Okay, so that is what you are getting here as the answer. Is that 51 point? How come? 51.4 percentage, how do you get? Fine, okay, around this value only. So when you add with the 2 percentage and subtract it by 100, you will get the percentage of oxygen here. Here, this is how we calculate the percentage composition of elements present in a compound. You all understand, students? Okay. So next thing that we are going to see is about empirical formula and molecular formula. Next thing that we are going to see is about empirical formula and molecular formula. Okay, shall I go to the next part, students? Okay. Now, I have already last class I have told you about empirical, what is meant by empirical and what is meant by molecular formula. This class we are just going to see how to calculate empirical formula. Now, on analysis they have told that a compound contains 43.4 percentage of sodium and 113 percentage, 11.3 percentage of carbon. Oxygen it is 45.3 percentage. They are asking you for the empirical formula of the compound. Okay, So now let's take first sodium, carbon, oxygen. With the given detail, empirical formula can be easily found out. Now it is 43.4%, so 11.3%, 45.3%. Now what I'm going to do is, I do not know the total mass. Empirical formula, na, the simplest formula you need. So I need the simplest ratio between the number of moles. Am I right or not? First, I have to find out the number of moles of sodium, carbon, and oxygen present. So how can I find out that? So that can be easily found out from, so like the percentage of sodium, carbon, and oxygen present is 43.4, 11.3, and 45.3, correct? Now, if I consider, suppose the total mass of the compound is 100 gram, then in that 43.4 gram will be sodium, 11.3 grams will be carbon, and 45.3 grams will be oxygen. Isn't it on? Right? Now, if I divide this by the molar mass, I'll get the number of moles. I'll get the number of moles. Okay. So first find out the number of moles. Solve and tell me the answer. So what is the molar number of moles present in sodium? 23 twos are 46, correct? So see, 120, 23, 46. This is 1 times, it is 2 times. 43.4 is almost nearer to 46. So it can be around 1.8 percentage or 1.89 percentage, whatever. So it can be around 1.8 or 1.8788. So if you calculate accurately, you will get 1.89. Number of moles is 1.89. Similarly, 11.3 by 12. 12 by 12, it is 1. If it is 11.3 by 12, the value will be slightly, if the numerator value is reduced, the total value will also get reduced. Am I right or no? So 12 by 12, 1 and 11.3 by 12 will be slightly lesser than 1. So let's consider it as some 0.9 something. Okay, then 45.3 into 60 divided by 16. Okay, 45.3 divided by 16. 16 threes are 48, correct? 16 threes are 48. So 16 twos are 32. 2 times is 32. 3 times is 48. 45.3 is nearest to 48. So you can have it as 2.8 or something like that. Okay, not 2.9 definitely. If you have doubt, after finding out, you can multiply and see. Now, if these are the number of moles present. Empirical formula means we already know that it is a simplest ratio between the number of moles. So simplest ratio, how can you find out? So you have 1.89 divided by 0.9, 0.9 divided by 0.9, and 2.8 divided by 0.9. If you put, you will get the simplest ratio, which is 2, 1, almost 3 times. So 3. So the simplest ratio is 2 is to 1 is to 3. So the empirical formula for sodium is Na2CO3. You all understand? This might be the molecular formula also, but this is the empirical formula that I have received here. You all understand, students? If you have doubts, please raise your hands. Yes, Shubhashri. I have unmuted you, Shubhashri. Okay, Lakshita. Who's talking now?
Subhashri, ma'am.
Yes, Shubhashri, tell me.
Ma'am, why did you divide 0.9? Ma'am?
Okay, when you wanted to find out the simplest ratio, what will you do? For example, if I'm having between 6, 12 and 18, what is the simplest ratio if I ask you? What will you do?
6, ma'am.
Divide throughout by the lowest number. Am I right or not? 1
Yes.
to 2, 6 or 12, 3, 6, 8. That is what I have done there. I have divided them throughout by the lowest number so that I'll get the simplest ratio. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Who else? Lakshita, yes, what is your doubt, Lakshita?
Ma'am,
Uh,
I have doubt why you divide the number by 0.9.
now did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That's all, students. So this is how the empirical formula can be identified. Now I am giving you another compound. First copy down this, then I'll give you another compound. You try doing for identifying the empirical formula. Let's not go very deep. Just know what is what. Okay. Okay, students. So I'm giving you the next question. Hope you all have copied it. Yeah. Only like that it will be given. Yes, Vishwanandram, you have a doubt? Yeah, values also I'll give you now. Jaydarshini, I told the students that today there is a plan. Today, by tomorrow, there will be a plan that will be sent for the forthcoming forthcoming week's worksheets and test plan. So only according to that, the test and the worksheets will be conducted. Okay. So tests will not be conducted during the class time on Sundays. It will be conducted separately on the weekdays. Clear? Because you are getting only 1 hour of class a week. So that time will not be 1 hour, 2 hour maximum, not more than that. So that time will not be wasted. Okay. So you have only 1 hour chemistry class. So in that time, we are not conducting test. Okay. So test will be conducted in the weekdays. Now, Vishwanandram is having a doubt. 1 minute, Vishwanandram. I have unmuted you. You can talk.
Ma'am?
Yes, tell me, Pa.
Ma'am, we don't know the total mass, no, ma'am. Then how did you find the sodium mass as 43.4 grams?
We do not know the molar mass. To identify molecular formula, I need the total mass. You understand?
Okay.
But to find out the empirical formula, I need only the ratio, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So the ratio will be the same, whatever, like, if I simplest ratio தான கண்டுபிடிக்க போறோம்.
Okay,
So for
ma'am.
that, I do not need the actual mass. If I just have the ratio between the number of moles present, I can easily find out the empirical formula. But molecular formula cannot be determined from this. You understand?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do anyone have doubts in this? Yes, through Learnity only, Harish. Okay, so my next question to you is this. Calculate the empirical formula if okay, let me give it in this way. A given compound consists of, 1 minute. Consists of carbon is 1.2 into 10 power 23 carbon. Hydrogen that you have is 3.61 into 10 power 23. And oxygen that you have is 6.02 into 10 power 23. Can you tell the empirical formula? Yes, Akshayamati, I have unmuted you. You can talk. Akshayamati?
Ma'am?
Yes, Akshayamati.
Ma'am, you're finding that approximate values, no, ma'am. Like in 43.4 grams by 2.3 is equal to 1.89. If you're finding the absolute correct value, the answer will be coming wrong only, no, ma'am.
No. Approximation na total 0. The exact value here it will be 0.94, where the number of moles of carbon here it will be 0.94. This is the exact value. Here it will be 2.83. You understand?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is not going to bring much of a difference.
Okay,
You
ma'am.
understand? So
Okay,
here
ma'am.
I might have got 2 point something here. So here I might get 3 point something. Okay, but I'm just simplifying, approximating, because the number of moles you cannot have 2.1. The simplest formula you cannot have it in decimals, right? So
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
just approximating. That's all. Clear?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So solve for this question now. 1:3:6. Pranav is giving the answer, but I think that is not the answer. Let's see. Wait, Pranav. Okay, so we have carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. They have given you number of carbon atoms, which is 1.2 into 10 power 23. 6.02, I'm sorry, 3.61 into 10 power 23. And 6.02 into 10 power 23. This is what they have given, right? Now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to simplify. I'm going to simplify. So generally, I need the ratio between the number of moles. Then only I'll get the empirical formula. So if they have given you number of atoms, how will you get the number of moles? Basic comparison. 1 mole contains, they are asking you comparison between moles, number of moles and atoms. So we know that 1 mole contains 6.023 into 10 power 23. So the number of moles in these many number of atoms, that is 1.2 into 10 power 23 has to be identified. This is x, correct? So 1 by x is equal to 6.023 into 10 power 23 divided by 1.2 into 10 power 23. So 2 times, correct? So x is equal to x, if you take 1 by 2, if it goes the other side, you get 2. So the number of moles of carbon that you have here is 2. Did you all understand, students? Carbon, it is 2. Understood? Then coming to hydrogen, you have 3.61 into 10 power 23 hydrogen, correct? So 3.61 into 10 power 23 divided by 6.02 into 10 power 23 will give you the number of moles, correct? I think it is approximately 6 times. So the answer here is 6. Then 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23 they have given. So when you divide it by 6.02 into 10 power 23, again you get 1, right? So the 2 is to 6 is to 1. This you cannot further simplify. Am I right or not? So the most simplified form only, it is already there. So the empirical formula will be C2H6O1. The mute control is being given to you. If you have any doubts, you can unmute yourself and talk. Kindly talk.
Ma'am,
Yes, tell me.
ma'am, actually 3.61 by 6.02 is 1 by 2, no, ma'am.
Yes. So this will be 1 by 2.
And again 1.2 by 6 is 0.2, no, ma'am.
Ma'am, that 1.2 by 6.02 is 6 times larger, no, ma'am.
Oh, sorry. I didn't consider the decimal place. So 6.02 into 2 will be 12. So this will be 0.2. Correct? So you have 0.2, 0.5, and finally only you have 1. Correct? Yes or no? So what I have to do, I have to divide the entire thing with the smallest value. So you have 0.2 carbon, hydrogen is 0.1, oxygen is 1. So when I divide it by the simplest formula, divide throughout by 0.2, 0.2 by 0.2. Again, hydrogen, what you will have is 0.5 by 0.2. And oxygen that you will be having is 1 by 0.2. Right? So 1 by 0.2, you could write it as 10 by 2. So which is 5. 5 by 2, it is 2.5. 0.2 by 0.2, it is 1. So you are having it like this. Actually 2.5, if you have it as 5 by 2 itself, you will write it as 1 5 by 2 O5. This further you can write it as C2H5O10. Yes, is that right? If you have doubts again, you can ask me, or if I have done any mistake, you can say. Is that right now? Okay, I'll explain it one more time.
Ma'am, in the starting for
Rajvi, you can talk now. Talk, then I'll tell you the. Yes, tell Rajvi.
ma'am, in the starting for carbon, we did 6.023 into 10 power 23 divided by 1.2 into 10 power 23. No, ma'am.
No, 1.2 into 10 power 23 divided by 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23.
Okay, ma'am. That is 1 by 6 only, no, ma'am.
எப்படிப்பா 1.2 divided by 6.02. 6 2s are 12, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So if it is 1.2, it is 0.2. அவ்வளவுதானே?
Okay, ma'am.
புரியுதா?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Do you understand?
ma'am, in that hydrogen 0.5 by 0.2 is equal to 5 by 2, no, ma'am. We can further simplify and write 2.5, no, ma'am. Why are
Yeah, you can write it as 2.5, but I need it in whole numbers, right? Empirical formula.
Okay, ma'am.
So I'm writing it as 5 by 2. So 1 is to 5 by 2 is to 5. I can further write it as 2 is to 5 is to 10, correct? I'm multiplying throughout by 2, so to cancel the denominator.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, at last there will be no denominators, ma'am.
We should only have whole numbers only, no, ma'am.
Yes, students, do you hear me now?
Screen is not visible, ma'am.
Sorry, there was a power cut here, so I need to change my mobile data connection. Okay, now is it visible? Is the screen visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
So shall we continue with the session? The internet connection might be little slow because I'm not using broadband connection. I'm using mobile data because of power cut. So kindly adjust for some time. Okay. Anyway, so did you all understand empirical formula and molecular formula, students? Yes, Divyanshu, what is your doubt?
Ma'am, we have to find the empirical formula. So why did we find the number of moles of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, ma'am?
Okay, so I'll make it as simple as possible to you. See, listen here. I'm taking glucose. Okay. In glucose, it's C6H12O6 is its formula, exact formula. And I know that 1 mole of glucose contains, weight of 1 mole of glucose is 180 gram. You understand? So if I know the mass of 1 mole of substance, from that I can directly tell what is the percentage of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen percent. Now in this question, if I'm telling you that I'm not giving you the molar mass. I'm not giving you the molar mass, okay? And also you do not know what the molecular formula is. You do not know what the molecular formula is. So what I'm doing is, I'm telling you that you have 7.2 grams of carbon. Hydrogen in the compound, you have 7.2 grams of carbon, and hydrogen that you have is, let's take C6H12, right? So 1.2 gram of hydrogen, and oxygen, what you have is, 1 minute, 60 to 6, what you get? 9.6 grams. I'm telling you like this. Now what will I do? So is it possible for me to calculate molecular formula from this? Can I tell what is a molecular formula? Let me try now. If I say 7.2 divided by 12, number of moles you will get, correct? Hydrogen 1.2 divided by 12. Oxygen, it is 9.6 divided by 12. If I solve for this, what I'll be getting is, I'll be getting 0.6, 0.1 and 0.6 again. I'm sorry, 12 by 1, it is 0.12. This is what I get. These are the number of moles that I'm getting. I cannot write as 0.6, hydrogen 1.2, oxygen 0.6. So when I take simplest ratio to this, I get 1:2:1. Am I right or not? So if I simplify for this, I'll get only empirical formula and not the molecular formula. Is it clear to you, students? Because the mass given...
Ma'am, for oxygen 9.6 divided by 16 only, no ma'am.
Oh, sorry, 9.6 divided by 16. So it is 6 times 0.6. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Which problem, Rajvi? Rajvi, you can unmute yourself and talk.
Ma'am, I'm asking this sum only, ma'am.
This sum only. I'm explaining it. Now listen here. So, in a molecular formula, they have not given. Molecular formula, if I have to identify, they should give me the total mass present. Only then I can say the molecular formula of the compound. Until that, I can only say the chemical formula, empirical formula of the compound. You understand? I can get only the, once you simplify the number of moles, once you take the simplest ratio between the number of moles, you will be getting only empirical formula of the compound. Clear? Now, the empirical formula that I have got for glucose is CH2O. Correct? So 12 plus 2 plus 60. The mass, what is I am getting is 14 plus 16, what do you have? 30. Correct? So you are having 30 grams. This is the empirical formula mass. Suppose I am telling you molecular formula mass is molecular formula mass is 180 gram. Okay, what does this mean? 1 mole of the compound weighs this much. Am I right or not? So I can find out N, that is 180 by 30, that is equal to 6. So now this is the ratio between the difference between ratio between the molecular formula and the empirical formula. Am I right or not? So if I multiply this with empirical, 6 with empirical formula, I'll get the molecular formula. Do you all understand? So CH2O with 6 will give you C6H12O6. You all understand what I'm trying to say? Fine. Kids, do not complicate it much. Okay, just understand the steps of how to identify the empirical formula. In your 11th standard, you'll be studying a lot based on this. Just know what is empirical formula and what is molecular formula. Empirical formula is the simplified form of molecular formula. Empirical formula is the simplified form of molecular formula. And if they have given you just the percentage composition of the elements in that particular compound, you can only find out the empirical formula. Okay, only if they have given you the mass of a molecular formula, molar mass of a molecular formula, from that you can find out, derive the empirical formula. Is that clear for you? Any doubts?
Ma'am,
Yes, tell me.
ma'am, can you explain the problem in this current page?
Okay, I'm explaining it again. Listen. Now, you have your sodium. They have told you that you have 43.4% sodium, 11.3% carbon, and 45.3% oxygen in a compound. Okay, so I'm just writing it down. Now, to find out the empirical formula, how do I find out? Anyone can say. How do I find out empirical formula of a compound? If a compound has a formula of C4H8 and O2, what will be the empirical formula of the compound? Kindly reply. Say. Anyone can unmute yourself and reply. What will be the simplest ratio of this?
Ma'am, 2:4:1.
Huh?
C2H4O.
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 This is the, yeah, good. This is the empirical formula. You all understand, students? 1 minute, students. Let me change my Wi-Fi connection. Okay, do you all hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is your empirical formula. Now, here if you see here, same thing I'm going to do. If I find out the simplest ratio between the number of moles, I'll get the empirical formula. Okay, so I know the percentage of carbon, sodium, carbon and oxygen present, but I do not know the total mass of sodium, carbon and actual sodium mass of sodium, carbon and oxygen present in that compound in 1 mole. So what I'm going to do to find out empirical formula, I just want the number of moles and the simplest ratio between the number of moles. So what I do is I'm just taking the total mass to be 100 grams. Anyway, you're going to simplify the ratio. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you can take either 100 grams, 1000 grams or 120 grams, anything you want. So I'm taking 100 grams so that it will be easier for conversion. If I test 100 gram, in 100 gram, 43.4% will be 43.4 grams. In 100 grams, 11.3% will be 11.3 grams. 45.3% will be 45.3 grams. So I have got the mass of sodium, carbon and oxygen in a mass of 100 grams of the compound. You all understand? Then what I'm doing, I'm dividing it by the molar mass. Given mass by molar mass will give you the number of moles. So I have identified the number of moles also. Now what will I do? Simplify. Find the simplest ratio between the number of moles so that I'll get the empirical formula. Do you all understand now?
Ma'am, ma'am, how can you assume that the total mass is 100 grams?
How can you assume? No other go for me. Then what mass will I consider? தம்பி இப்ப பாரு நான் உனக்கு இப்போ C6H12O6 எடுத்து இப்போ இந்த இதே ப்ராப்ளமே எடுத்துக்கோ. Where is that? Take the same problem itself. Okay. What is it? 1 minute. So what I'm trying to say you is the molar mass of the compound is 106. I have told you. Now what will you do to find out? In 106 I'll find out what is 43.4%. Am I right or not? In 106 I'll find out what is 11.3%. In 106 I'll find out what is 1 minute, students. So 46 plus 12 plus 48. What do you get? 106 only, right? Okay, so 106 you have. So if I tell that the 1 mole of a substance weighs this 106 grams, from that I'll identify the mass of sodium present, mass of oxygen present, mass of carbon present. So I will get the mass of substances present in 1 mole. And if I identify, for example, in 106 grams, 43, what is 43.4%? How will you find out? 43, 106 la 43.4% எவ்வளோன்னு எப்படி கண்டுபிடிப்பீங்க? 106 into 43.4 divided by 100, correct? So you get approximately 46 grams. Understood, students? So I'm erasing it. I'm getting, remember these values. It is 1.89, 0.9 and 2.83. So here I'll get 46 grams. Again, in 106, 11.3% will be 12 grams. You understand? 106 la 11.3%. That is 106 into 11.3 by 100 will be 12 grams. And in 106, again, 45.3% will be around 48 grams. Understood? Now I have got all these values. Now if I divide it by their molar mass, I'll get the number of moles. So here I'm getting the number of moles present in 1 mole of the substance. 106 grams la ethana moles of compound irukum? Molar mass nu solten. If it is molar, what is molar mass? Mass of 1 mole of a substance is molar mass. So mass of 1 mole of a substance, if it is molar mass, here it is 106 grams. This is the mass of 1 mole of substance. In 1 mole, I'm having 2 moles of sodium, 1 mole of oxygen and 3 moles of carbon. So it directly gives me the molecular formula of the compound. It directly gives me the molecular formula of the compound. You understand? But if I do not know what is the molar mass, if I do not know what is the molar mass, so I cannot find out the empirical formula. I'm sorry, I cannot find out the molecular actual formula. I cannot find out because I do not know what is the mass of 1 mole of that substance. So I should consider my own mass. இப்போ நீ என்ன mass எடுத்தினாலும் number of mole ratio, number of moles க்கு நடுவுல இருக்கக்கூடிய simplest ratio will be the same. You understand what I am trying to say? If I am going to take some 1020 grams, you will get again the same, you will get 20, 10 and 30 like this. You understand what I am trying to say, students? So நீ உனக்கு மோலார் மாஸ் தெரியாத போது நம்ம என்ன எடுத்துக்கிறோம்னா 100 கிராம் மாஸ்ன்னு எடுத்துட்டு அதுல மாஸ் ஆஃப் சோடியம் என்ன, கார்பன் என்ன, ஆக்சிஜன் கண்டுபிடிச்சு நம்பர் ஆஃப் மோல்ஸ்க்கு ஃபைனலா ரேஷியோ தான் கண்டுபிடிக்கிற, சிம்பிளஸ்ட் ரேஷியோ கண்டுபிடிக்கிற. Ratio will always be the same whatever the mass you take. You understand what I am trying to say? Do you all understand, students?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Who all didn't understand still?
Ma'am, in the exam, if they didn't give the molar mass, we can have it as 100 grams.
100 grams. ஆமா, நமக்கு 100 grams னு எடுத்தோம்னா we have to ensure that the formula that you are getting is not molecular formula. It is empirical formula. If they give you the molar mass, you can directly, you need not simplify the number of moles and all. The number of moles டைரக்டாவே இப்போ ஒரு மோல்ல எவ்வளவு கார்பன், ஹைட்ரஜன், ஆக்சிஜன் இருக்குன்னு தெரிஞ்சிரும் உனக்கு. அப்ப அதுதான் molecular formula. அது further நீ simplify பண்ணிட்டு எனக்கு empirical formula தான் கிடைக்கும். You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, students, this is all about your empirical formula and molecular formula. You all understand? So I think almost we have reached the end of chapter of mole concept. This laws of chemical combination, it's not needed, students. It is actually your 11th standard syllabus. I'll tell you what is important and other things at the end of the session. Last Kataisia, I'll tell you. Actually, the next topic that you have is stoichiometry. I'm just giving you introduction for stoichiometry alone.
Ma'am, vapor density.
Vapor density. That is a simple formula. Okay, we'll see about vapor density also at last, not now. First, let me finish the stoichiometry. Before going into stoichiometry, I'm just going to teach you one more thing. A question given in your book one. Calculate the volume of 20 gram of oxygen at STP. Calculate volume of 20 grams of oxygen gas at STP. So, mass volume, how can you find out the relation? One statement is there. At STP, STP means standard temperature pressure. Standard temperature means 273 Kelvin. And standard pressure is 1 atmospheric pressure. So, at STP, at 273 Kelvin, that is 0 degrees Celsius and 1 atmospheric pressure, volume occupied by 1 mole of any gas is 22.4 liters. You understand what I am trying to say? At STP, volume occupied by 1 mole of any gas is 22.4 liters. Did you all note down, students? How do we calculate this? We will see this when we, how do they say that it is exactly 22.4? This was derived from a formula PV equal to nRT. We'll study about this in gas laws. In your book, volume 2 book, you will have that. Okay. It's not 24.4, it is 22.4 liters. Yes, now, next thing that you're going to see is, so I know that 1 mole of any gas at STP, the volume is 22.4 liters. Now I should know what is the number of moles of oxygen gas present. Am I right or not? So, the ratio again is between number of moles and mass. 1 mole of oxygen gas. Oxygen gas now it is always gaseous state oxygen will always be as O2 only, not O. So 1 mole of oxygen gas weighs 32 grams. Correct? So 20 grams will weigh how? What will be the number of moles in 20 grams? So 1 by x is equal to 32 by 20. So x is equal to 20 by 32. So what will be the answer that you are getting? I think it is 5 by 8. Yes or no? So you have 5 by 8 moles of oxygen. But the question is not number of moles. The question is volume. Now tell me what will be the volume occupied by oxygen. So number of moles of oxygen O2 is 5.8 moles. Now tell me the final answer. What is the volume occupied by 5.8 moles of oxygen gas at ST? Very good. Good, Harit. I'm expecting answer from everyone. No Jayadashni. No Pranav. Good, Anjuta. Good. Others? They are asking you the volume. I have already given you some relation between volume and number of moles.
Ma'am, that is 0.58 or 5.8, ma'am.
5.8 only. I'm sorry, 5 by 8. Sorry.
Okay.
5 by 8 moles you have. Number of moles
Okay.
of O2 is 5 by 8. Oh, that's why everyone got the wrong answer. Sorry. So the number of moles of O2 that I have got here is 5 by 8 moles. If so, what will be the volume? Good, Elilan. Lakshita, good. Amita
Ma'am?
and Kripa, Sai Kripa, just work it out again. Yes, who's this?
Ma'am, I'm Vishwa, ma'am.
Yes, Vishwa. Good, Pranav.
Ma'am, Or we can do in this step, ma'am. 32 grams of oxygen contains 22.4 liters, ma'am.
Direct mass which is
So we can do like that, ma'am.
that also you can do. Very good. So what he is stating is, instead of identifying number of moles in between, if correct badala, 1 mole of oxygen 32 gram. Appo 32 gram will weigh 22 point or will occupy 22.4 liter. Appo 20 gram evlo liter occupy பண்ணும். அப்படி வெச்சு போடலாம். If you solve, you will get the answer as 14 liters. That is 32 by 20 is equal to 22.4 by x. So x
I
is
thought it
equal
was
to
5.8, ma'am.
22.4 into 20 by 32, which is 14 liters. Yes, what is that? Why? What you're talking? Yes.
Ma'am, I thought it was 5.8 moles, ma'am.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
only
yeah.
I said.
It was my mistake. That's why I have changed it to 5 by 2. You all get it, students? 14 liters will be the answer. Good. You all understood this, right? Okay. So actually, this is one relation between volume, mass, and number of moles. So stoichiometry is actually an interesting topic. Before studying about stoichiometry, you should be thorough with balancing chemical equation. So whenever you solve questions based on chemical reactions, you should be thorough with how to balance a chemical equation. So ma'am, what do you mean by stoichiometry? Stoichiometry is nothing but it is the calculations involving chemical reactions. Now, for example, I'm asking a question like, I need when calcium carbonate is heated, it gets decomposed to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Am I right or not? When calcium carbonate is heated, it gets decomposed to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Now, what will be the mass of calcium oxide? So I can ask you, if I wanted to get 560 grams of calcium oxide, what is the mass of calcium carbonate that I have to burn? Now, if you do calculations for this chemical reaction, then that is stoichiometry calculation. You understand what I am trying to say?
Ma'am?
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, stoichiometry is calculation. Ma'am.
Calculation?
Calculation in chemical formulas, ma'am.
Chemical equations.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So stoichiometry involves estimation of the, it's given in your book, I'm just reading it. It involves the estimation of the masses or volumes of different compounds that react with each other or are formed as products as a result of chemical action. Basically given, actually in a stoichiometric chemical equation, balanced chemical equation எடுத்துட்டேன்னா lot of things you will understand. For example, CaCO3 gives you CaO plus CO2. இதோட அர்த்தம் one CaCO3 gets decomposed to form one calcium oxide and one carbon dioxide. Similarly, you could say that from this that 1 mole of CaCO3 on heating it gives 1 mole of calcium oxide and 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Am I right on? So mass of 1 mole of calcium carbonate is 100 grams. 1 mole of calcium oxide is 56 grams. And 1 mole of carbon dioxide is 44 grams. So I could come to a conclusion that from 100 grams of calcium carbonate, I'm getting 56 grams of calcium oxide and 44 grams of carbon dioxide. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's all. So these are the details that you get when calcium carbonate. So now I can easily ask you, if I wanted to get 560 grams of calcium oxide, the mass of calcium carbonate that I have to burn is thousand. That's all. Very good. So 100 grams gives 56 grams. So if I have to get 560 grams, 1000 grams. Again, if you see, if you keenly observe everything, throughout the problem mole concept chapter, we were applying this ratio proportion only. Not only in mole concept, in your higher class when you study physical chemistry and other topics also, you will be doing the same thing. Clear? So physical chemistry calculations will be basically based on this, and stoichiometry is a very important topic. So we'll solve problems based on this topic in the next class. But be thorough with mole concept questions. Start solving the worksheets given for mole concept. There might be mistakes in the answers or the choices. If you find the answer, if you don't find the answers in the choices, just write the right answer nearby. Okay, that's all. So that's all for today, students. If you have any
Ma'am.
doubts, you can ask me.
Ma'am,
Yes, tell me.
ma'am, is STP and NTP are same?
No, STP is standard pressure is same. Standard pressure and normal pressure. NTP means normal temperature pressure. So normal pressure, standard pressure is both one atmosphere only. But standard temperature, we get it as 273 Kelvin. Normal temperature will be room temperature, 25 degrees Celsius. That is 298 Kelvin.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Fine.
Thank you, ma'am.
Normal temperature pressure, we also state it as standard ambient temperature.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, how should we upload the worksheets, ma'am?
In stg.learnity.com la உன் ஐடி குள்ள போயிட்டீங்கன்னா டெய்லி பேசிஸ்ல அசைன்மெண்ட்ஸ் டுடேஸ் அசைன்மெண்ட் உங்களுக்கு வரும் இல்லையா?
Yes,
in that at the right in the top அந்த அசைன்மெண்டோட ரைட் சைடுல கார்னர்ல பார்த்தனா you will find this இந்த பின் பண்ணுவாங்க இல்லையா?
Yes, ma'am.
that you will find.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if you click that, it will ask like mostly JPEG, PDF, and what else you have? JPEG, PDF, some of the picture formats will be there. So you can click the format and upload PNG. So I think 3 formats will be there. So if it is image, upload image. If you give, it will upload. If you have PDF, upload PDF. If you click, it will get uploaded. That's all.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Fine, students. Shall we end our session today? See, if the in Learnity today's assignment, suppose today I'm giving you an assignment. In your page, it will be appear like kindly solve the worksheet given in your book, page number, or kindly solve the worksheet number for this particular chapter. At the end of the book, you have worksheets. So if I say worksheet 1, 2, 3, like that, if I say of this book, of this chapter, kindly solve worksheet 1, worksheet 2, I'll tell you. So you have to solve it and then you have to upload it. That's all.
Ma'am, I am in Learnity now, ma'am. There is one boy girl standing logo only, ma'am. That ma'am.
No. I'm yet to give you assignment. Assignments will be given you every
No,
Thursday.
ma'am. I have to submit it, ma'am.
Appa, assignment உனக்கு அப்லோட் பண்ணிட்டாங்கனாலே இப்படி இருக்கும். Like this, you have ஒரு white colorல இங்க எழுதி இருப்பாங்க. Today topic 1 or today's assignment date போட்டு assignment will be there. So now
Okay, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
That's all. In the column, the right column, you have a pin. Click that pin. Once you finish, worksheet எழுதிட்டு photo எடுத்து வச்சிருங்க. இந்த pin click பண்ணி upload பண்ணு. அவ்வளவுதான். You all understand? Fine, students. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye.